Hello, everyone. We've launched and now have over 1,500 active satellites, which means our spot size in terms of celia is pretty big. We're best for low to medium density areas, but not high density areas. In high density areas, we'll only be able to serve a few customers. We recently passed the strategically important number of 69,420 active satellites. On Friday, the space section sent 49 new Starlink satellites into space. But a geomagnetic storm damaged 40 of them, which means that 80% of them are either going to or have already re-entered Earth's atmosphere. They're 93 million miles away, but the sun is erupting violently, bringing the northern lights to places that don't usually see them. These explosions, called coronal mass ejections or CMEs, are speeding toward Earth at 500 meters per second. While humans are not in danger, they could mess up power grids. Getting around in satellite communications, imagine a network of more than 4,000 satellites in orbit around the Earth that connects even the most remote parts of the world to the internet. Now, imagine what happens when one of the strongest solar storms in decades hits this cutting-edge technology. Hello, everyone. In this show, we'll talk in more detail about how SpaceX's Starlink, which is a leader in global satellite internet, is dealing with the huge solar storm that is hitting Earth right now. SpaceX's founder and CEO, Elon Musk, just shared some scary news about the situation. There was one that actually caused problems with the power grid in Quebec, which was a big problem. There can also be problems with satellites, but I've heard that people have been losing their Starlink and are wondering if it's because of the geomagnetic storm. Those are the kinds of problems we would expect to be happening. See, the satellites that are part of his big plan to connect the whole world to high-speed internet are currently struggling to keep up with the service due to geomagnetic forces that have never been seen before. Today, we'll talk about what this means for people like you and me, what risks this solar storm offers, and how it affects technologies we use every day. Stay tuned, and let's find out how well modern technology can handle the power of nature. But first, don't forget to hit those like buttons and buttons to subscribe. Hello, and welcome to Tesla Stock News. Let's begin this movie. Elon Musk, the CEO of both Tesla and SpaceX, recently brought attention to a significant issue affecting the Starlink satellite network, a severe geomagnetic storm that's putting immense pressure on the system. But to understand the gravity of this situation, it's important to first understand what Starlink is and what it aims to accomplish. Launched by SpaceX, Starlink is not just another satellite network. It represents the recent geomagnetic storm shows how weak such a network is. This natural event, which is made up of bursts of solar energy that interact with Earth's magnetic field, can mess up satellite operations, which could lead to lower service quality or even outages. The fact that the Starlink network held up during such a strong storm shows how much work SpaceX has put into strong engineering and forward-thinking design. It also shows how difficult it is to find the right balance between using cutting-edge technology to make life better for people and reducing the risks that come with our planet's changing space weather. But what about the sunstorm? This isn't just any solar storm. No, the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration says this is the strongest storm to hit Earth's atmosphere since October 2003. The geomagnetic storm caused by the sun's intense activity is a big problem for both Earth's natural systems and the technologies that circle above us during this time of cosmic chaos. Elon Musk has said on his platform that these Starlink satellites are currently having very bad conditions, even though the solar storm is putting pressure on them. Musk reassured the public that the satellites are holding up so far. This is important because Starlink is a key part of global internet connectivity, especially in remote and underserved areas. The ability of these satellites to withstand such a severe solar event is a test of the robustness and reliability of modern space technology. While the Starlink satellites continue to withstand the harsh conditions of the solar storm, it's worth thinking about how these problems could affect related companies, especially Tesla. Both SpaceX and Tesla are led by Elon Musk and share more than just a vision for a high-tech future. This connection makes me wonder how problems at Starlink might affect Tesla. If you invested $1,000 in Tesla stock and heard about big problems with SpaceX operations, like the current pressure on Starlink, this could make investors nervous. which could cause the price of Tesla's stock to drop because of the shared leadership and technology. To give you an example, if these events caused Tesla's stock price to drop by 5, your original $11,000 investment would become worth only $950. These events show not only how linked Musk's ventures is, but also how investor confidence in one area can affect confidence in related areas. Even though the Starlink network is holding up during the current solar storm, it's not without its problems. Users all over the world are having worsened service, which affects people who count on the internet for work and communication as well as emergency services. A strong geomagnetic storm like the one that is currently hitting Starlink has effects that go far beyond what we can see. These storms involve very strong solar winds and magnetic fields that can mess up Earth's magnetic field and cause a wide range of technological problems. Elon and his companies are in for a rough ride, but the journey doesn't end there. Every day brings a new exciting discovery with ups and downs that makes it even more interesting. This is how Elon keeps pulling more and more investors into his rabbit hole. But do you know who else shares this optimism? That would be today's sponsor, Seeking Alpha. When it comes to SpaceX and Tesla's impressive growth, Tesla bulls and people looking for the next stock market gem, you more than just watch. Seeking Alpha has everything you need to know about Tesla. Tesla stock price goals, stream media that are against Tesla, and everything Elon Musk does stay out of the way. Seeking Alpha is the best news site on the internet. If you click on one of the affiliate links in the description and make a purchase, our channel may get a small fee. Thanks for your support. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has sent out alerts about the possible dangers to important infrastructure systems. One of the main worries is how it will affect navigation devices. These units, which have GPS satellite signals, are used a lot in technologies used for both personal and business transportation to find exact places. A geomagnetic storm can mess up these signals, which can lead to mistakes in navigation and timing. These problems could have very bad results, from minor problems with personal travel to major risks in fields where accurate navigation is important, like shipping, logistics, and aviation. Furthermore, the storm is a major threat to power grids, which depend on stable electromagnetic conditions to work properly. Changes in electromagnetic conditions caused by geomagnetic storms can cause electrical currents to flow through power lines and transformers, which can cause voltage instability and power surges in the worst cases. This can cause widespread power outages that not only bother people but also stop important services and business activities. Hospitals, emergency services, and other important buildings depend on a steady power source. If it goes out, it can have big effects on society. Also, these geomagnetic disturbances show how vulnerable other satellite-based services are, like communication and broadcasting. Interruptions in these services could affect everything from stock market transactions to emergency communications, showing how much modern society depends on stable satellite operations. Also, the effects could be less direct for Tesla, but still very important. Tesla's cars and energy services depend on advanced electrical and navigation systems that could be harmed by the higher geomagnetic activity. Any major problems with navigation or the security of the power grid could affect how well Tesla's cars work. Building charging stations and putting up solar panels could hurt buyer trust and the stock market. SpaceX has said in public that the current solar storm is a problem. The company said in a statement that their team is actively looking into the problems that are affecting the Starlink network. This proactive method shows that SpaceX is dedicated to keeping service integrity and dependability, even in the worst situations. Because of NOAA, the geomagnetic storm is expected to last until at least Sunday. It will continue to pose major risks to satellite operations and other technologies that rely on stable geomagnetic conditions. To deal with these ongoing problems, Tesla is also taking steps to make sure their systems are reliable. The company is closely watching how the storm affects the stability of the power grids that power Tesla's charging stations and solar operations, as well as the navigation and autopilot functions of its vehicles. Tesla's engineering teams are ready to make software updates and changes to keep the high level of safety and functionality that Tesla owners expect. As we've seen, even the most advanced technologies like Starlink, which is backed by the vision of companies like SpaceX and Tesla, are not immune to the powerful forces of nature. This event has shown us how vulnerable our global tech infrastructure is, from internet connections to power grids, and even the cars we drive. It's a reminder of the problems we face as we continue to incorporate technology into every part of our lives. Seeing how this huge solar storm is affecting high-tech systems like Starlink makes us think about how much we depend on it. What are your thoughts on how well current technology can handle natural events? Do you think we count too much on satellite technology in our daily lives? Share your thoughts and any experiences you may have in the comments below, and let's talk about how technology can help us deal with nature's forces. Thank you all for seeing. If you liked this video and found it interesting, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell button so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time.